Okay, so today we're going to be solving equations with variables on both sides. So the step one, combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. Step two, isolate the variable by using the inverse operation. Step three, isolate the constant by using the inverse operation. Step four, multiply to divide the coefficient to be able to get the variable alone. And then step five, check your solution. When I mean by check solution, plug it back in to see if it actually works. Okay, so we have a equation here with variables on both sides. So we do the same thing. We draw our line. Okay. When I solve these problems, what I like to do is I like to get the variable to one side first. Okay. Generally, what I'm going to do, there's a couple ways you can do it. What I'll show you is so that way the variable will always end up on the left. So right now I have a variable on the left and the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the 4x. This is positive 4x's. So 4x's means I have to subtract 4x's from this to get rid of it. So when I'm done subtracting 4x's from the right, I have to subtract 4x's from the left. Now that means I have to subtract 4x's from the 2x's. You do not subtract it from the 3. Basically, it's like apples versus oranges. The x's are all apples, and the 3 and the 5 are oranges. You can't take away from what they're not the same kind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2x minus 4x. 2x minus 4x will be a negative 2x plus 3 is equal to, I cut these off, so now that makes it a negative 5. Now, all this is a two-step equation like what you did last week. So we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. This cancels out. Negative 2x comes down, equal sign. Negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8, not negative 2. Pay attention. And then divide both sides by negative 2. Ironic. Cross this out. These cancel out to positive 1. X comes down. Negative 2 divided into negative 8 is a positive 4. So my answer is a positive 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check it. So I have 2x plus 3 equals 4x minus 5. So what I'm saying is my equation will become true if I replace the x's with 4's. So I'm going to do 2 times 4 plus 3 is equal to 4 times 4 minus 5. So 2 times 4 is 8. I'm going to rewrite that. 4 times 4 is 16. 8 plus 3 is 11. 16 minus 5 is 11. So as right now, that's true. So now I'm 100% confident my first answer is x equals 4. So now you try one. So pause the video, try it by yourself, figure out what your solution is, check it before you submit your answer, or write your answer down, and figure out if it's correct. All right. So we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to subtract 7x from both sides because I want to make the variable on the left. So this cancels out. Negative 5 will come down. 4x minus 7x's, so I'm taking away more x's than I have, will be negative 3x plus 4. So since that 4 is being added, I'm going to subtract it from both sides. This cancels out. Negative 3x comes down. Equal sign follows it. Negative 4 minus 4 is negative 9. Then I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 3. X equals negative 9 divided by negative 3 is a positive 3. So that is the correct answer. So let's just plug it back in. See if it works. Might as well. This will save you a lot of heartache for if you do get it wrong. So plug it in. So you're going to do 4 times 3 plus 4 equals 7 times 3 minus 5. 4 times 3 is 12. 7 times 3 is 21. 4 plus 12 is 16. 21 minus 5 is 16. So that is true. So we are correct. All right, let's look at another one. Okay. We have x divided by 3 minus 3 is equal to x divided by 9 plus 3. These get a little bit complicated. If you don't like the way I show you here, I do have an easier way. Okay, I want to show you this proper way, how to do it. So, first thing I need to do is I need to subtract my x's. So I'm going to subtract x over 9 from this side. I subtract x over 9 from this side. These cancel out. Okay? So this is what it looks like I'm doing. I'm doing x minus 3, x divided by 3 minus x divided by 9. Another way I can write this is 1/3 x minus 1/9 x. So basically what I'm doing is 1/3 minus 1/9. And as we know, when we subtract fractions or add fractions, we have to have a common denominator. So the least common denominator between these is 9. So I'm going to multiply this one by 3, and what you do at the bottom, you do to the top. So this will become 3/9. So you have 3/9 minus 1/9, which is 2/9. So now I can go back up to here, and so my final answer will be 2/9 x equals 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Don't say the opposites. The reciprocal would be 9/2. So you flip the fraction and multiply it. So these cancel out. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to multiply it by 9/2. Whoops, let me rewrite this. I forgot my plus 3. I was wondering why that looks so small. So we're going to have 2/9 x minus 3 is equal to a positive 3. So first off, I have to get rid of the minus 3. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. You get 6. So now you have 2/9 x equals 6. So then you're going to multiply by 9/2 to both sides to cancel these out. So x just comes down. So then you're going to multiply 9/2 over here. And remember, when you're multiplying by whole numbers, you just put a 1 underneath it and multiply straight across. So 6 times 9 is 54. 54 divided by 2, I believe, is 27, yes. If I could write it. Oh, come on, pad. Okay. This equals 27. Okay. So that way, this probably will be the hardest part, is you gotta be able to subtract fractions. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you a different way on how to do this. And I know I didn't check my answer. I want to show you a different way to do this. So we still have x divided by 3 minus 3 is equal to x divided by 9 plus 3. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a common denominator like I did before. But I'm actually going to see how this is being divided by 9. I'm going to get rid of that divide by 9. And the reason why is because it's the biggest one. And I'll show you. So the way I would get rid of this is you multiply 9 to both sides, to everything. Not both sides. You actually multiply 9 to everything. And I'm going to rewrite this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 9 to x over 3. I'm going to multiply x to the 3. I'm going to multiply the 9 to the 3. I'm going to do x over 9 times 9. And I'm going to multiply this 3 by 9 as well. So I'm going to do it one by one. 9 times x divided by 3 will equal 3x. because a 3 divides into 9, makes that 3. 3 times 9 is 27. X divided by 9 times 9 just comes out to x. And then 3 times 9 is again just 27. Now, all we have is an equation with variables on both sides. So we just solve it like we've been solving it. So you subtract x from both sides. That's just taking one x away. So now you have 2x. So you have 2x minus 27 equals 27. So then you're going to add 27 to both sides. And you get 54. And you get 2x equals 54. You divide by 2 to both sides. And you get x equals 27. Same thing we did last time. Personally, I like doing it this way. I don't like messing with the fractions. I'd rather get rid of what's being divided. Okay? Well, if we need to do a couple more, we will. I don't want to check it. We'll just move on because I already solved it twice. And what I want you to do is do this one by yourself, which doesn't have an answer choice. So I'll choose one later. So we have the same situation. You can do, hold on. You can do a couple of things. You can do x divided by 4 minus x divided by 8. And so instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply everything by 8. The reason why I'm doing that is because when I multiply everything by 8, it gets rid of what's being divided. So I'm going to rewrite this. Running out of room. Okay, so 8 times x divided by 4 will come out to 2x. Okay, you just divide these. 4 times 8 is 32. X divided by 8 times 8 is just x. And 9 times 8 is 72. So then we subtract x from over here. 2x minus x is x. So now you have x minus 32 is equal to 72. So then I'm going to add 32 to both sides. And you get x equals 104. And that's your final answer. Okay, personally, I would do it like this instead of the fractional way. We'll do a couple more of these to practice. Other than that, thank you guys.